Hello everyone, welcome back to the Crypto Lab. For those lucky enough to be watching my videos, I wanted to make sure to be able to let you guys know ahead of time that if you think that this is the crypto bottom or the market bottom, you're wrong. This is not financial advice. I'll go ahead and share some of my charts, but as far as that, we are not at the bottom. I think that we still have one more leg down to go. And usually, what ends up happening right before we do take that leg down is the market likes to get that liquidity. So, what that means for us is they like to push prices up, so they're able to go ahead and short the market and be able to grab that liquidity. Bears and bulls, they have a way to make money. So as far as that, I'm pretty sure we've all started to see the market this morning react a little bit differently. And this is one of the things that I completely believe in myself. This is not financial advice or anything, but I do believe that we have one more leg down to go. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys in my chart what I think is going to happen, where we're headed, and what the outcome will be, and pretty much around the timeline that we're looking at. None of this is going to be financial advice, but I do at least want you guys to have a heads up and not be caught off guard or blindsided, because I'm pretty sure we've all seen lots of peaks and immediately followed off by a sell-off, and a lot of people have gotten wrecked, unfortunately. But this is just going to be for you guys to be able to see, entertainment purposes only. None of this is financial advice, but here we go. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Crypto Lab. So, like I was mentioning earlier, one of the things that I wanted to go ahead and show you was how I don't think that we've bottomed just yet. I know the Fed was very bullish yesterday, sounded pretty much like we're almost done, but I don't think we're done just yet. I know he's still aiming for a soft landing. What that soft landing means is somewhere between the 3,200 area for the S&P 500. Right now, if you can see, we've just been making a series of lower highs and lower lows. If you can tell, all right here, this is pretty much just same thing. March right here. Then we got that sell-off. And then we got the lower lows here in June-ish. And then we got another series of higher lows, which was here in August as well, followed by another crash. This was the whole SBF debacle. And then from here, we're at extremes again. And this morning we touched what I think it was like 40.97, which was the most extreme. And then it sold off slightly right now. We are getting indicators that we are at extremes. And I don't know if you can tell right here, this is a bearish divergence. It's making lower highs. And this is making lower highs. This only pertains to this one rally, but if you can tell, this is making higher highs. In the macro, it's making lower highs. And here on this one particular rally, it's making lower highs with a bearish divergence right on top. So I don't think we've bottomed. I do believe that somewhere for Bitcoin to be at the bottom and the S&P needs to go somewhere around 3,200. I do believe that that is what the soft landing that the Fed is targeting is at. If we break that, we're going to go here. That would hurt. But I mean, we can't take that off the table. We don't know just yet. Like everybody said that the rate hikes were priced in, and clearly they were not. You can't fight the Fed here. That's that's a golden rule. But to show you something else, which I find pretty cool, is the volatility index indicator, the VIX. This time, it shows that it's not breaking any lower. It kind of looks like it's making a double bottom right here. If it does gap down just a little bit, so be it. But I do believe that it is imminent where the VIX is going to reverse and just break out. I do believe that is coming. When that's going to happen, I don't know. I do believe we may crab just a little bit here and then finally break out. But if you can see, whenever we line this up, let's add the S&P 500. Check this out. You see? Every time that the VIX has spiked, I think it's like above 40, it always produces the bottom. Almost always. Not financial advice, but look. Here, bottom. Here, bottom. Here, bottom. Here, mega bottom. This was COVID though. This is a little bit different. As far as this here, if you can tell, just for this cycle alone, ever since the Fed started increasing rates and tightening monetary policy, look what we've been getting. The VIX, every time it breaks out, it shows you a bottom. And once it starts easing and cooling off, because when the VIX moves down, that means easing of financial conditions and of volatility. So when the VIX drops, that's just volatility reducing in the market, allowing for the market to go up a bit. So if you look at this right here, top and bottom, right? VIX bottom, market top. Same thing right here. Bottom on the VIX, top on the market on the S&P 500. Look where we're at now. If you think that that's the bottom, you're buying at overbought extremes here. This is not financial advice, but I'm pretty sure you can see what the chart indicates every single time that it goes up and that it has gone up. Look, bottom, bottom right there, bottom right here. We're about to get another one. So don't let outside noise fool you into thinking, oh, we've bottomed. Because if you look here, I drew this chart out in March. Look where we're at. So if you would have bought in March or August, you'd be down some serious money. Let me remove this off of here. A soft landing for Bitcoin is one more leg down, and I do believe that is going to put it in the ranges between 10 to 13 to 14,000. That is going to produce, in my opinion, the bottom, at least for the short term bit, because I do believe that. So if you if you look at history, and I'll just break it down for you guys so you understand. Whenever the Fed pivots, the next 6 months is usually followed by a crash, because when the Fed pivots is an indication of a weakening market where they have to come in and rescue it. When the Fed stops increasing rates and holds steady for a while just to see, usually the market goes up. It usually puts in a new high. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but I do think that once they stop increasing rates or start reducing at the level that the rates are being increased at and just start to hold, I do believe that we're going to start to see the market move up. Right now, we are going to get like another leg down. I don't think that we're done just yet. I do believe that the S&P 500 might go to 3,200 and Bitcoin between 10 to 13,000. If the S&P breaks below that, then that would probably put the market conditions into a hard landing, not a soft landing anymore. So far, I'm keeping that on the table. I'm not taking it off, but I'm monitoring things very closely because I don't want to get wrecked. We've seen a lot of people continuously say, "Oh, the bottom's in, the bottom's in," and look how they got hit. I don't want you guys to go through that. I don't want you to fall into the false premise of we've bottomed either, because more than likely we still have a huge drop to one more huge drop to go down before next year, and that's usually how it happens. So if you look at unemployment right now, unemployment is not, we don't have extreme conditions of high unemployment. It's still almost at record lows. So I know we are starting to see layoffs and all that, but it's still not enough. And I'm not advocating for layoffs because I'm one of you. I'm just a regular person that learned how to trade successfully, and I'm sharing my knowledge. I just hope you guys share the information. But as far as that, I don't want you to get wrecked. I want you guys to be able to make some money. None of this is financial advice. I'm just trying to see, give you guys my ideas and put my information out there so you don't lose your hard-earned money to the market. I do believe that we are going to be seeing one more low before we start to see any sort of movement. We might crab for a while. I don't want you to get impatient. right now you need to be able to be just a little bit more patient so you can see how we're about to sell off, because we are at extremes here. If you can tell, that's an extreme. That's overbought extreme. Like, if it does even try and break out of here, I do believe it's not going to hold and it'll come back down, followed by a further sell off. Whatever the curveball that is about to be thrown at the market, it may be the rail strikes, it may be a cap on oil, and then something with the EU happening. But I don't think this is the bottom. I think we're going to get something that causes the market to go down. If you can see here, we have a bearish divergence going on, making a series of lower highs. Over here, you have been making higher highs, but if you zoom out into the macro, it's just lower highs and lower lows. Just because you get one small little rally, just like the others, you saw what happened. They all sold off. I don't want you to fall in for that trap just because we're almost there. Just be a little bit more patient. If you're currently stuck in a trade, well, unfortunately, you're just going to have to be a little bit patient. But right now, this is where we're at. I do believe we are going to get a soft landing if the Fed is able to somehow pull it off. If we don't, we are going to see a hard landing, and that would put it somewhere down here. That would be extremely painful. But if they can pull it off, if they can pull off a soft landing, and history doesn't is not too favorable on that, but if they are able to, because per Jerome's words, he thinks it's still achievable, that would indicate one more leg down to a soft landing in the 3200 area for the S&P 500. For Bitcoin, that would put it between 10 to 14,000. I do believe it's going to be between 10 to 13,000, to be completely frank. But again, not financial advice. We're not done just yet. We also have to keep an eye on oil. We don't want to see this start to break out higher, because if it breaks out, that would put serious pressure on pretty much everything else. It would make inflation go back up and all that. I don't think that's going to happen. It may have another little push, but we just got to keep an eye and see on OPEC, see if there's more cuts, what's going on, what happens with Russia and all that. But for now, I do believe we are going to get one more leg down. I don't know when it'll be done exactly. I do think that we may start seeing the sell off begin now into December. Hopefully, we do get the bottom produced sometime between December, if not January. But after that, I do hope to see the market start to hold neutral and not increase any more rates. What that would do is it would make everything go back up. I don't know if we're going to put new highs in just when that happens, because per history, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but the market definitely does move. And then ultimately, whenever the Fed does end up pivoting, it's not a sign of strength. It's usually indicating a sign of weakness where they have to come in and rescue it. And between the 6 months that follow after that, there usually is a market crash. If you look at history, there's only been one time in all of history of increasing rates and tightening monetary policy that it ever led to a bull run. So I wouldn't put all my chips on hoping that the pivot is going to make the market explode. I may be wrong. You never know. Like, none of this is financial advice for that specific reason. But if you look, if history is indicating that the majority of the time when the Fed pivots, the market goes down the next 6 months, that's not good. That's not what we want. So right now, I'm just indicating of where things are currently, where I think we're going, and I don't think we're at the bottom just yet. I do think we have one more leg down to go. None of this is financial advice again, but I will continue to put my videos out there. That way you guys can share the knowledge, share it with your friends, subscribe. If you have any questions, I do know my stuff kind of very well to where I don't want to give financial advice, but I can tell you what to look at. And then you may understand and get it. So I just want you guys to be successful traders, make money, because the more, especially in today's world where they want you to own nothing and be happy, that's not okay with me. I am never going to be okay with that. And if I can help you guys make money and beat that market, beat that garbage that they say on nothing and be happy, I will absolutely do that. I don't care. I am pro people. I want you guys to be able to be successful, live the dream life that you want, and all that, because I had to teach myself all this, and I became a successful trader because of it. And I've been able to give myself a little more than the average life just because of this. And I've hit some major good trades. But hey, sometimes you just have to be patient and look at the right things and just hold. So right now, if you're in a bad trade, just be patient. If you're not, just look that we are going to have one more leg down and be looking to take advantage. Sorry about that. Be looking to take advantage of that, and good luck on your trades. Please subscribe, share this information with people who are looking for this information or that would be interested, because it can tremendously help friends, family, etc. Please subscribe. If you have any questions, again, go ahead and leave comments down. I'll answer them. I know I'll tell you what to look at if you have questions. But good luck on your trades, guys. Have a wonderful day, and don't get caught in the trap. Goodbye.